Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to York City. Just a quick note regarding the Hearth Berlin challenge that went up at the weekend. If you've not watched part 1, go watch it now. If you have watched part 1 and wondering where part 2 is, I'm going to be releasing that later in a week. It's a slight change of plans. The second transfer window's taken me a lot longer than I was anticipating. Value for money, working out value for money is, it's been a bit of a challenge. So the second part of that's going to be a lot later in the week. I also realised by the time I finished last night, I'd spent a day and a half just playing that save solidly pretty much. So it's a preemptive measure to stop me being burnt out on that save in particular and Football Manager as a whole. I'm just going to be playing a few hours a day until it's done, essentially, and then I will release the second part. Maybe as sort of an early upload later in the week. But anyway, back to York, where Carabao Cup semi-finals. See you in a minute. But before we get to the Carabao Cup semi-finals, I need to bring you up to speed on 4 matches that we played since last episode, which was of course the Carabao Cup quarter-final against Fulham, which was immediately followed up by a Premier Division match against Fulham. Why we couldn't just stay there, I don't know. But 1-0, weirdly less convincing. Saka Koita getting it in just about the hour mark. Then we played Man City away from home and, frankly, only losing 1-0 I will take. We were not run off the park, but they are ahead of us in the Premier League. It's a good result, honestly. They're still significantly better than we are. And then Liverpool at home, despite them being behind us again, the players that they've got, they're still significantly better than we are. 0-0 is fine. I'll take it. And then Doncaster exist, so 4-0. Cantoro, by the way, I had a word with him again. He seemed to agree that his performances weren't good enough. Then he put in a 9.1 against Doncaster. I know it's Doncaster, but it's a 9.1. 2 assists, 1 goal. So now we face my stream save in the Carabao Cup, a competition that I have won with Southampton over there, so I have very weird feelings about this. West Brom in the league follow that match as well. They're sort of mid-table-ish. They're doing alright, in fairness. I think they were newly promoted this year. I hope I'm not wrong on that one. Tottenham strikers continue to dominate. But 1 point from those 2 games against Man City and Liverpool have dropped us down to 4th, but that's about it. Still 2 points clear of United and 4 over Liverpool. At this point, I'm wondering how many eagle-eye viewers have noticed something. It's hard to tell with my pale skin on this pale background, but yeah, just there. There's a bit of a change. Yeah, I've given better faces to my new gens. Just mine. There's not enough of them yet for me to give it to all of them. But yeah, just mine. I figured, we're that far in, pretty much most of our players now are new gens, so let's give them a bit more personality and actual faces that don't really suck. So there we are. I'll be honest, my favourite is James Grimes. It's exactly how I imagined he looks. So shout out to, well, the username's Chill Moose, but we all know, really. I'll put a link down below, but just Google FM20 New Gen Face Pack and you'll get to the correct Patreon to get them yourself if you so desire. Also worth noting, it is January. I do have 40 million to spend there or thereabouts if I so desire, and I may so desire at some point. Again, it's just trying to work out almost who's really worth that money, because January things tend to be a little bit more inflated. I'm not sure if there's anywhere that we necessarily need to get someone incredible. If someone becomes available for a reasonable price in a position that I feel like can deal with that upgrade now, then I'll take it. But we're 4th at this stage for a reason. But the lineup for the first leg of this Carabao Cup semi-final at our stadium is Hidalgo in goal, Saxon on the left, Courage, Rick and Shao on the right, Grimes and Surrey in the middle. Sorry, by the way, I also love his in particular too. Ponce, Vidal and Harrison on the right. I am aware that my normal sort of face pack for real humans doesn't really gel that well. I'll probably change it in next year's game. But this year I'm persevering with the square things. It's just because it fits the skin, if I'm honest. Like if I go in Harrison, I quite like that. I just know someone will ask eventually, so I'll just cut that off. I know I probably don't need to explain it, but I just know someone will ask eventually. The finest connoisseur of real people still. Apparently they've lost 4 of the last 5 games, so that actually fills me with dread, really. I know what Football Manager's like in these situations. Oh, Jude Bellingham's injured. That's useful for England purposes. Ah, yes. Oh, Koita scored within the first 7 minutes. Never mind, we're good for now. There he is, heading into the back post. Lovely work, Koita. Yeah, there was a suspicion of mine during the England episodes that has since been confirmed. So I'll bring you that after this match. But Sheridan? Nope, it's Harrison. I don't know what Sheridan's done there. Although, I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure what Harrison's done there either. Terrible pass. Kai Jorge has got past... I thought he'd done enough there to keep that one out. But he'd left just enough of an angle. 10 goals for the lad. That's not too bad, actually, for January for Southampton. You'd take that as a Southampton supporter in half a season, wouldn't you? That's for certain. Yeah, I thought the angle might have been just enough, but lasered in. I'm not sure if away goals matter in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Rick, all the way back to Hidalgo. We've got a new highlight now. Coleridge. Oh, it's worth noting that my number one Ducha thing has been re-established now, I think. Koita. Oh, he's got another goal. Possibly. Nope. In fact, it's saying goal review basically means there isn't one. I don't think I've ever seen a goal review where it's actually still stood. Nope, fair enough, he's offside. Fair enough. Dwight McNeil was not under that intended goal kick. I presume that's where I was meant to be going. Oh no, we're just giving it to him instead, though. It's charity. Rick. Shao. We've managed to regain possession, which is helpful, I suppose. Rick. I do hate those moments where it just feels like your team just take pity on wayward passes on their part and just give it to the player that they were intended to in the first place. Sorry. I mean, we benefit from time to time as well, I suppose. Sorry, back post Ponce. There's a chance for him to do something. Just every time there's moments of these players that I just feel like need to catch a break, just don't. Ponce is one of them, of course. Silva now was one of them as well. He's not scored in 8 matches. Injured for this one, but that's dealt with. Thank you, Shao, for getting rid of that ball in the correct manner, i.e. forwards. Demand more, please. Let's just get a little bit more out of this side. Gilmore on this side now, and Grimes is going the way of that. Vidal, who has probably the most terrifying of the new gen faces. I'm 50-50 on Vidal's one, if I'm honest. There's part of me that likes it, part of me thinks probably doesn't really fit. But Coleridge, I'll be honest, at this stage, I don't have a massive amount of Hispanic-looking faces, which is kind of awkward considering half the best players are Hispanic. But Vidal has scored. There it is. There's the face. As Saxon on this left-hand side collects the ball, Vidal heads in, and in correct position, really, for an attacking midfielder there, just drifting in behind, off the edge of the box. Now, I do wonder who Southampton had in the FA Cup, because they do seem to be a lot more tired than we are. Harrison's taken a bit of a knock, but it's a bruise, so we'll move on with it. Why is it always a bruise? I mean, I'm not going to argue. It's just irritating how many times bruises seem to be overplayed. I'll take a bruise over a twist. Let's be honest. If you're going to have an injury, make it a bruise. Ponce's done very well there, and he's going inwards, as he should do, as an inside forward. That's in the title. Koita, well, I was about to say on for a hat-trick, but I forgot one of them was disallowed. Speaking of, he's now 10 goals for the season as well. Again, it's a decent haul. Certainly better than we've had in the past couple of seasons. Yeah, Ponce does well here. Koita, it's all about Koita, though. He gets past his defender there, and bang, in the goal. Anyway, we've got the ball on the near side, as it is. Well, it's the far side for me, actually. I always forget that, because we're stood at the top of this pitch. But it's the near side for us, the viewer. Rick, back post, not quite. Koita, inwards, corner useless. But yeah, we're stood on the opposite side as we visually look at it, really. 3-1, feeling a little bit better about it. I cannot believe 10 years in, Højbjerg's still at Southampton. I say it every time we play them. 33 years old, he's still there. He's actually still pretty good, actually. Why was he never this good for me? Anyway, 20 minutes to go. An opportunity for Cantore to continue his goodness from Doncaster. And I think actually we'll take off one of the yellow-carded players in the middle. I'm going to take off Grimes. Just keep one of them a little bit more fresh for the league as well. So there we are. Saxton into Maxence. Oh, Seri's done fantastically well there to get that ball. Coleridge is taking about 3 years to get onto it, though. Good from Hidalgo. I thought it wasn't going to be good. Not great from Ponce, though, if we're honest. What happened there, Ponce? Oh, good God. Maffeo, new to the pitch, clearly. Just playing it between him and Christensen forever, who gives it to Seri. Thank you, Koita. Chance for a hat-trick, maybe? Wide. Free kick down here. Intercepted. Just given away straight away, though. That's a bloody brilliant goal. What? I have to presume that Rick's new dreads are the reason for that mishap there. In fairness to Rick, actually. I mean, it's not great by Hidalgo, let's be real. But Rick there, looking at that again in 3D, there were two players sort of in that line where he headed the ball. It just went straight between the pair of them to the Southampton player beyond. That was the problem. Weird move just because the personnel I want to change around. Now I'm being right back. Shao's going to the inside forward role, which he's done a couple of times. It was only injury time, but I'm going to say good win. I'm not... It's weird. Again, it's one of those ones where I say I'm slightly disappointed and I don't have the option for it. Right, I've mentioned this recently on a stream. This annoys the hell out of me. Now, we ourselves didn't have a major injury in this match. Harrison was clearly damaged at one point by one of their players, because you don't get a bruise yourself, really. Now, I'm glad he's saying this, but it annoys me when they say, when they kick off. Because usually, in the matches when they kick off, post-match, you yourself have a major injury as well from them. Meanwhile, it looks like we might be facing Chelsea if we do get past Southampton in the second leg. For some reason, West Brom are favourites for this match. Yeah, I don't get it. I can only presume it's factoring in the loss to Man City and the draw to Liverpool, obviously within our form. West Brom's form must be pretty good then. Like I say, FM21, my biggest wish, context matters. So just to be as fresh as possible, the only one slightly lacking weirdly is Jack Harrison, 91%. It's not bad, but Cantoro does exist, and with a 9.1 in his last start, obviously he's been slightly affected by coming off the bench last time on his last 5 rating, but in his last start, of course, 9.1. He starts this one too, of course. The only other change, of course, is sticking Dutra back in goal and making sure Xiao Nan actually starts this one as complete win-back attack. Was he like that last match? Note to self, change him back every time you start Nyambi. I'm going to have to put a post-it note somewhere. But they've got Mbolo and Nelson, also Jensen Lillo, of course, a player that we had on loan in the past. They do keep asking me about my relationship with him. He was a loan signing. Please cut that out of the next game as well. Not only was he a loan signing, he was a loan signing purely for backup purposes. But here he is, starting for West Brom. And 10 minutes into this game, we have a highlight with Xiao with a throw-in. Vidal inwards to Cantoro. He's getting space. He's got space. He's hit the post. God damn it. Grimes back out to Saxton. Highlight has not ended though. Koita heads it back to Saxton for some reason. So try again. Give me a better this time. Now they're coming forward. They have numbers for some reason. Now, logically, I would have thought, yeah, okay, it did end there. But there's a new highlight. Like I say, surely it should have ended with the post situation, but it did eventually. But a new highlight not that much later on. Littler at the back for them. We are pressing them and now pressing the goalkeeper. They've got it neatly to Guga though without much issue. Bath, Branco on this. I can only presume Saxon's gone for a tackle there because he just stopped moving entirely. Right, this is how it's going to be then, is it? So in 3D, we can see what Saxon's done. Yeah, I can't even really classify that as a tackle if I'm honest. And Dutra, making me regret confirming you back as number 1. Sorry though, free kick, time to get one back here. Oh no, McCrory just gathers that one, nice and lovely. Can't really remember how long it's been since we've had a Rick goal from a set piece. That's tried to get to Cantoro, but it's not happened yet. Moved backwards in the West Brom lines. Hoofed up to Nelson, who is somehow through-ish. Covered, not quite. He's gone wide. Defensively, we dealt with that. One thing I do hate is the fact that hitting the post lowers the player's rating. Like, it's close, but it's, like I get they've not scored, but it seems like every time you hit the woodwork, you just lose 0.1 without fail. Anyway, closing them down once again, but failing miserably. Saxton, keep it to your feet. Just play it sensibly. Or give it away, almost. Grimes, high mouth moment. Koita is not going to get on the end of that. What was the point? You idiot. Ponce, Grimes again. Ponce, Grimes again. Vidal. Hours to Saxton, who has got a little bit of space. He has got the opposing number to face off against here. Cantoro's at the back post. He's hit the bar and it's gone in. Third time's the charm there. Cantoro, he's pretty certain he's been on the end of all 3 of our highlights so far. I do really like his new picture as well. He looks nice and young and fresh-faced. Unlike Vidal, who looks like he's going to murder you. That could not have... I love the fact we're going to see it with lines here. It's nestled in quite nicely there. I just love the way that landed. At the very least, if the progression continues, the next time he scores a goal, he's going to smash it in. Hit the post, hit it at the goalkeeper, and then decided to hit the crossbar and then just squeak it in. Next time, way in, I suspect. So that's the order. I'm a physicist. I follow patterns. I know what I'm seeing here. 1-1 though still. I just realised I've kind of forgotten they'd scored, to be honest. I was wondering how we're only 3 points clear of Man United. It's because we're drawing. Vidal, Grimes, Ponce, Grimes. That's... oh, God's sake. One of these days, you'll be able to put it into a box without hitting a defender. And just not abandon the player as they run at your own defence. It feels like an age ago, but that Stoke loss was this season, wasn't it? The ridiculous Stoke loss. They're still bottom. No, aggressive. I'm far from pleased. For God's sake. I dilly-dally between assertive and aggressive there, but I thought aggressive, just get on with it, please, team. We're motivated, we're fired up. I'm on the verge of shouting something again. Whether there is a highlight that has begun with arse in possession, so inevitably it probably won't end that way. Okay, Rick. Okay, Rick's got it. We're fine. Grimes. Vidal. Koita's through. No, he's not. Ponce. There was an opportunity there for Koita to run through if he'd seen it, but didn't. Grimes. Back out to Saxon if he's onside here. Ponce. Inwards again, please. Koita. He's hit someone. Cantoro's hit someone. Oh, my God. 68% possession here, folks. 68%. Vidal with the resulting corner is whipped in. No one's there. Grimes, if he can turn quick enough, doesn't. Vidal hits the defender. Oh, we'll call that one way in advance. How could I possibly know what was about to happen? Weirdly, I don't really want to change anyone up. Everyone's mostly fit. And I don't really think anyone on the bench improves the team at this point. Just going to make them go attacking and creative the last 5 minutes. Oh, they've got a set piece, so we're losing then. I see how it is. Oh, no. For once, I've not been able to read the script. Forwards to Vidal, who has a bit of space here, actually. He decided just to lose it all by running directly at a player, but that's fine. Shaw, Rick, across the defensive line to Coleridge. Left, I'm presuming here, yeah, Saxton. There's an opportunity for Ponce to run ahead of his man if he doesn't just decide to stand on him instead, but I see what he's done there, actually. He's just distracted number 17 long enough for Saxton to run past him. I'm going to say good work there, actually, in the end. 90 minutes gone, I've made no changes. I don't do that very often. But we are in kind of a situation where this is our first 11 and nothing really changes it. None of them are playing badly. Like it's a 6.97 and we're drawing 1-1. Can't shout anything else. Right, so it's one of those games then. Sympathise apparently for drawing 1-1 with West Brom. I mean, 1 point away from home is better than none, but I mean, I can't help but feel that's 2 points lost. But of course, next time I'll bring you back for the resulting end of the Carabao Cup semi-final with the Man City game that follows it. This time at home, of course. Fulham/Brentford in the FA Cup 4th round. There's a very good chance we play Fulham in both competitions this year. I remember last year with the Burnley stream save, there was a season where we played Chelsea in every single competition, including Europe, I think. Fulham, basically Chelsea light in that sense, I suppose. Can we please stop going to that area every single competition? That'd be lovely. Anyway, Southampton, Man City, next time round. Until then, ta-ra. Of course, any transfer business, I'll get you caught up then too.